Fuck, man. My nephew done fucked up the whole shit. And nigga, that shit was jumping too, man. This nigga done fucked the whole shit up. God, God damn it, man. Ah, shit. God damn. My nephew, man.
Yo.
Yeah, my nephew done fucked that shit up. I had to voice message his ass, man. He said it's good, man. And hey, I don't know if you remember the last time that shit fucked up at the end of my live that we had a good ass one when we had them two females.
Yeah. Hey, you know, when you speak some truth into the world, man, that's gonna be them devilish spirits coming to try to break this shit up. That's all it is.
Damn, man, I should have read them comments because
it's
damn,
cool.
that shit's on my mind.
Remember some of them. Oh, did you delete the whole
What you
live?
remember? Nah, the other live's still there.
Okay, your cousin was trying to get on. She was trying to get on. She said she's trying to give a woman's perspective from a woman. Before that, though, it was a girl that said she said she's gonna open her business, and she said she can't open her business because she gotta follow a man lead. And then it was another one talking about, huh?
I said we never said that.
I never said that. I think, see, that's what I'm saying. That's that. I'm trying to tell you, the perception of what man is saying is being interrupted because of them past traumas.
Yeah.
I'm telling you.
What we're saying is that it's not a requirement. It's a bonus.
For me, if you come into the relationship running your business, it's a bonus for me. And if you don't, it's still is. I mean, you know what I'm saying? It's like everybody.
It's fine. You're gonna be working with your business,
right? It's like we all got our own values and we got our own standards. You're not gonna see 100 books and think that it's gonna be 100 words. You're gonna think all these 100 books is about the same exact thing, worded the same way. It might be some books, some standards is worded differently. So, you know.
Hey, somebody wants to get added, KK Brown.
It's a woman. Please add her because I want to be able to talk to the ladies, you know, without them trying to judge men.
They need to give them. We need a woman to give them a voice too, so we could have a good debate. Because damn, it's kind of hard. We was getting a lot of engagement, man.
They're not feeling it, bro, because they're not feeling it because they think that first of all, y'all got your own morals. And sometimes they gotta erase her on shit for you to erase some shit, and you can write better shit in. That's gonna make your standards go up a little bit more.
Yeah,
that's all it is.
All right,
and a woman can do that for me too.
What happened? Hold on, I'm trying to. Hold on, wait. I'm trying to.
I had to go get a black and out fucking with them. They got me stressing over here.
Hold on. All right. My cousin says, so again, I'm in the works of starting my own business, but I shouldn't let it take off because of what? Because my husband needs to lead. I can't be the breadwinner. Like I said, my mind is open. No, look, what I'm saying is that, all right, cousin, I can't really give you a clear answer because I need to ask you a couple questions. What does your husband do for employment? Please don't tell me he's unemployed and y'all married. Please don't tell me that. If he had a good job maybe before you guys got married, then and maybe lost it or something, then that's different. But to answer your question, Cuzzo, Rosina, what does your man do?
Look, now I'm starting to get the phone calls. Fuck.
See, but at least your shit don't fuck up, man. My shit, I don't know, it's my phone settings.
I rejected they ass. We ain't for they nobody for to interrupt this shit, man.
As soon as it's just only if I get a Facebook call or a Instagram call and shit. And he was hitting me up from both and shit. All right, my cousin he has a good job. He's working. So be honest. Who makes more, you or him? So because this is gonna come into play right here with the answer that I'm.
And then let me remind them too. Your standards and my standards are two different things. So when you do refer your questions, make sure you refer to the actual standards of the person that's talking because
we could give we'll be able, if they give like a general question, we could give both of our shit. We could give a play.
Right.
All right.
Right.
So my cousin said that she makes more. Okay. Now we're family, cuzzo. The statistics of a marriage lasting long when the woman makes more money than the man for a long time, she is the sole provider, or not the sole provider, she's the majority provider. Even if you go 50-50, eventually you're gonna want a man that you're gonna want him to have more money than you, right? So he can take care of you. That's the thing, right? That's why you're starting a business. So hopefully you guys, because look, what I'm telling you is that if you make that money and you have more money than him, and he doesn't see, a lot of women, what I'm gonna say, they think that it's controlling, but there's a difference between controlling and being in control. So a lot of women don't want to let their man be in control. So when they're a businesswoman or a highly educated woman, they like I said, they got a hyper independency. They can do it all themselves. They don't need a man. So it's
Right.
hard for them to actually relinquish a little bit of power to let this man you know what I mean, have some control. So what I'm saying is that a marriage, the statistics of a marriage lasting long when the woman makes more than the man for X amount of years. I forgot how much. It's like 5 years, or not even that. I don't think, less than that, 3 to 5 years. That the marriage, the chances that the marriage for it to go over 10 years for another 5 years, it drops real low. It drops real low, man. It drops real low. So what I'm saying is that get your man involved in, if he's I'm just really trying to give her some advice, man, because it's kind of, but I'm gonna give it to her
If
real
she's
because it's
starting a
my
business
cousin.
and if it take off, she should be able to, here, babe, it should be a piece of her business to add on to her own business, or it should be a piece of her
Yeah,
business to start a new business. That way
because
you
look,
could
what it is, she's in a tricky situation to where the gender roles are almost,
they reverse. It happens.
see, look, yeah, the gender roles are almost reversing to where she's almost in the man's position, and he's almost. She said what she said. She said,
She said, I'm trying to get
because
him to
I've been
start
in
his
my
own
field for a
business.
long time. So see, that's the thing. You've been in your field for a long time. So I know eventually, you guys want to start a family and stuff. So these are these things that he's going to be worried about. Are you going to be able to have time to help raise a family? You know what I mean? While he's working too, because a man, plain and simple, doesn't want to come home and have to clean a house or something. And a woman who's a business owner busting her ass as well adapts masculine traits. So that means she don't want to come home and clean and cook as well. So that means that gender roles, she's now adapting masculine roles and sacrificing some of the feminine roles. So it's a tricky situation, because you guys are cool because it's at the very beginning. It's at the very beginning of you guys been together for X amount of years. I don't think you guys been together for like 10 years or nothing, or nothing like that. It's a fairly new marriage. You know what I mean? You guys are just starting your guys' lives. So the decisions that you make now could be detrimental. She said that she's she doesn't use it against him though, that she makes more money, which is cool, which I know you're a good woman.
So
She's
she
not
wouldn't
really.
throw him out the house or nothing then.
Yeah, she wouldn't throw him out the house, but at the same, right now at least. But a woman doesn't want to take care of a man long term without him doing something, you know what I mean? But at the same time, she's not gonna want him to do just a little bit something, you know what I mean? She's gonna eventually want him to surpass her, because that's a true leader of a man. So
Right.
she also said she's trying to get him to start his own business. So that's also tricky too. So when you put pressure like a man, when you put pressure on a man like that to pretty much try to bring him on your level because you're starting a business, now you want him, it's tricky. It can be detrimental to a man's masculinity, and it's not. I'm not saying to pride or anything, but I'm just being real. You know what I mean? You want a feminine man to be like, okay, I'll open a business, I'll do what you say, or would you rather a man to be like, nah, check this out. Look, I'm not gonna start a business right now. I'm focusing on my job, my career right now, and then eventually, maybe if I get to that, then I'm gonna do that. what would a woman really, a woman would want a man to, of course, listen to her, but would a woman want a man to be listening to her all the time long term? No, because that relationship will eventually end because she's gonna be the leader. You know what I mean?
And for me, my woman, right? She could have more money than me, right?
Yeah.
Because I am the asset as it is. I'm the asset. So she might loan something out to me as an asset, right? I might turn that 20, 25, 30K into 100K, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I might want to reinvest that same 20,000 that she put into me back into her with some new
Yeah.
ideas. So basically
Mm-hmm.
the value is not based off the money for me, it's based off of what a person
Because
know to
look,
do with the money.
yeah. And then see, look, what I wanted to tell my cousin personally too is that if it gets to that point, so say like what I'm telling you right now is that a man, he can only stand a woman, a man like me or a man like my boy JG right here, a woman, you know what I mean, leading 100%. No, that's out with us. That's out. So what I'm saying is that average man wouldn't want, we're not average though, but what I'm saying, the majority of men, they wouldn't want a woman to be a leader long term.
Right.
At the same time, I acknowledge that there are men that would allow a woman to lead for the meantime, but they don't want to be in that position for long term. Like I said, also a woman doesn't want to provide and be the main provider for a man long term. Statistics show that, you know what I mean? So what I'm saying is that if it comes down to you build your business, cuzzo, and it becomes big, 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 and it's just, you know what I mean, he's not feeling it no more because you've been the leader for the last 10 years in a relationship. You've been the earner, you know what I mean, the higher earner. So he's just like, man, you know what I mean, I can't do this no more because you got the business, and and then now you put yourself in a position to sacrifice all that time that you built your business, and then also your husband. Now you come to a choice, and I can't say your husband brought that upon you. I would have to say that it shows that you would have brought that upon yourself.
Right. And
You
you
know
know
what I
what I'm
mean?
saying? And pretty much,
And
a female that come with a lot of value like that, and she know that she's a valuable woman as it is like that. And if her man is pretty smart and you see that he's an asset because he's gaining his knowledge, he's learning how to grow a business. He might not have one at the moment, but he has the credentials to run a business based off of what he know about running a business. And if I look at it, if my woman threw me 20,000, I wouldn't look at it as her trying to treat me on a lower level. I'll look
yeah,
at her as a whole loan business. She'll become a loan business, and I'll take that loan from her, and then I'll invest that loan into my business. And now my $20,000
exactly,
business.
nigga. You hit it on point. Yup, exactly, nigga. Had to fuck my hair up for that shit, nigga. You on point with that shit. You on point. Look, we're not we're not lower level men. Now, what I'm saying is that I'm not saying we got all the money or nothing like that, all the assets or nothing like that. As far as strictly mindset, we don't got the same mindset as these lower level niggas. So a lower
Yeah.
level nigga be like, oh, I got this 20 racks, I'm about to flip it. You know what I mean?
Or fuck it
To
off.
hell with you. He's gonna soak you for your resources.
Or he
You know what I mean?
gonna fuck it off. Let's
He's gonna fuck
not
it
leave
off.
the niggas that fuck it. They're gonna
Exactly.
take it and they're gonna keep taking. They're gonna keep. You might go from $100,000 business to a $40,000 business because you keep investing it to this man that's low value, but you see something higher in him, but it's not business though.
Yeah. Look, and then Cynthia said, alpha men do not know how to handle women that are on their level. It's a partnership. It's not you do all the housework and I want you to work, take care of the kids, cook dinner, and still maintain a healthy diet and good body and still have sex 6 times a week. Honestly, that is not even a lot that she named, and that is not even hard for a woman to do. Everything
So
that she
because
just so
go ahead. What you
so look,
saying?
that was a pretty long comment. She said, alpha men will attack it piece by piece. Alpha men do not know how to handle women that are on their level. So look,
Which
this is the
alpha
thing.
man is she talking about? Is she talking about the
Yeah,
lowercase alpha or
yeah.
the uppercase?
She's talking about a beta or a sigma, not no alpha. So look, so alpha men don't know how to handle their women that are on their level. This is the thing. Alpha men don't look for women that are on their level because they possess too much masculine characteristics. So it's not insecurity. We just don't want to be with another fucking man, pretty much. God damn it. Like, you know what I mean? We don't want somebody blah, 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 blah. You should do this. You should do that. I know better because I got a master's degree. You know what I mean? Or some type of shit like that. We don't, and it's not that we're intimidated. It's just that plain and simple. And it doesn't have nothing to do with how to handle it. It's what's optimal. Would it be optimal for me to be married to her if I got to hear her nagging for 20 years, thinking that she's right? Or do I want to get another woman because I got all these options? Do I want to get another woman who's just going to trust me? You know what I mean?
And I feel like, you know, a woman with all the masculine energy, when she got a man that's capable of running it, she should be able to transfer that. Because 9 times out of 10, a woman don't know how to transfer that masculine energy. Instead, she's gonna keep it for her own independence to hold power over that man.
Yeah.
So
hold up, I'm about to add you in, Cynthia. We just reading off these last comments, so we could get to all these comments and stuff, and then I'm gonna add you in right after. I just don't want to, because I know as soon as I add her, it's gonna go up. You know what I mean? So I just want to attack everything that. And then she said it's a partnership. It's not you do all the housework. Yeah, what I'm saying is that a partnership. So
a marriage is a partnership.
You're gonna get a whole different type of. You're gonna be with a whole different type of man if it's a partnership. If you want to go 50-50, which most women don't want to go 50-50. If you want to go 50-50 with the man, then that shows a lot about the man that you got, pretty much. And also, when it comes to business, you got to have a leader. You want all women want a man who's a leader, right? You don't want to have to lead a man, do you? Exactly. They don't. There ain't no women on here to contest it, so that's the answer. But that's the truth, though. Women don't want no, you know what I mean, to do all that stuff. She handling business, but I'm gonna keep it going. You know what I mean? So you want a leader, right? So being a leader comes with responsibility. So with responsibility, you have to have some type of authority, like I was saying. So
and then to touch on you too, bro. One of my friends, right? You know, when I have a friend that, you know, that was in the streets running around doing what he do, and he so happened did come across a high value man. I mean, a high value woman that had her stuff going in property and stuff, and she leveled him up, and he happy. They having a happy, successful relationship, and he's starting to surpass her. But it's a balance. You know what I'm saying? He probably not gonna let her be on top. I'm listening, Jerry. My fault.
Yeah, exactly. See, it's a balance. As soon as he goes up, as soon as he's up, he gonna try his hardest for her not to be up or be above him, because he remembers. He remembers exactly how it was when she was up above. And there was probably a lot of masculine energy. He just probably had to put up with it until he came up.
Right. And like you said, that's where it makes sense where you say some dudes will, you know, basically take the value out of a woman because he might see himself with a different woman in the future, you know. But you know, it just based off of how these men morals and standards break down. Everybody's standards is different, you know. Like you said, you like you said, basically you pretty much, you know, some men can't accept the fact of having a higher status woman, but then there's some men that can utilize a higher status woman as a loan
up his status
and up his status.
Yeah, which women can't say nothing about that, because that's what women do to men. So you know what I mean? They want to get with this man because he's taking more trips. He's gonna take her on more trips than the last man. That's gonna boost her Instagram. That's gonna boost her status. That's gonna boost all that shit. So, and that can open her options more to even more niggas. That's her mindset. So my cousin said, "Oh, my cousin said." Oh, go ahead.
I'm gonna say, and women already status is already pretty high, because if you go, it's not one woman inbox. You can go check right now, and there's just one dude up in there. There's 20 niggas in that inbox. There's 30 niggas in that inbox. So
yeah,
her value is based off, you know, it is pretty high.
A woman. Look, this is what I always say. Whether women want to admit it or not, men are physically superior, right? They hate me when I say this, but on the contrary, I can say women are more socially superior than men. They can raise their status easier than men. Men have to bust their ass and put in work. Women can show their titties and get invited on a yacht, post a picture on Instagram, get a couple of blue checks in their DMs, and they're good. You know what I mean?
Right.
The man who has that yacht had to bust his ass in his company for 20 years to be able to have 20, 30 badass bitches taking pictures on Instagram. You know what I mean? So that's another thing about women's status. It's easier for a woman to up her status than a man. A man really has to earn all of his shit. My cousin said back on the business thing, she said, I'm not trying to pressure him. I'm just giving him the opportunity. If he don't want to, that's on him. When he's ready, he's ready. I can't make nobody do anything they don't want to. Exactly. So it sounds like you're accepting him for him. That means you can't be sad or mad if he doesn't want to open a business at all. At the end of the day, it's your happiness. So if that's in 15 years and you built your business up and you're getting wealthy, or you both are getting wealthy, and you maybe see that he's still at his same job because that's what he's comfortable with, you might have to have a choice. You might feel like you have to have you have to make a choice. Should I leave this nigga because he's not up in his ambition or something, or should I just stay with them and be happy? And then these are a lot of things that you're gonna put yourself in by trying to open a business. If you're trying to make your business an empire, these are the things that can happen. But if you're trying to open a business and be cool, that's fine. Like I said, you're early in your marriage, so you have some time to work with. But the decisions that you make, those are the tricky things. So Cynthia says, stop playing add me before I call you and ruin your life. Damn. You do got my number too. Hold on. My cousin said, so because I bring in more money than my husband and whatnot, you saying he probably feels some type of way about it. I'm trying to invest in the both of us. See, look, this is what I noticed, Cuzzo. And I think my brother JG could talk on it too. It almost sounds like she's a nigga talking, huh?
Basically what she's doing is her independence.
She's doing the things that a nigga would do.
Her independence based off what she brings to the table, her independence, you know what I'm saying? Every man not gonna get mad.
That's what I'm saying.
You gotta understand this is
situation.
You know, every man, I'm a man that understands that if I got $100,000 woman, I could leverage 50K off of her.
Yeah.
So it's all about his mindset, because in his eyes, he might see you as a business partner, and his actions, he might be able to, you know, leverage $20,000 out of you to start this business.
Yeah.
Every man mindset is just not the same.
All right, here, let me add her now, man, because we just went through all the comments. So Cynthia, if you're still on, they complaining, they saying we ain't added nobody. Hello.
That's a good deal.
All right. So here's the rules. I always got to make these rules with the women. We could talk one by one. We'll let you get your time. You let us get our time. No interjecting or interrupting or disrespect. Okay. That's on both ends. That's us too. We're gonna be respectful of you and all that shit. Okay. So you got some concerns. What's a concern?
First,
She going in and out. I can't hear her.
Yeah, you gotta get your connection straight, baby girl. Come on now.
my connection's straight. Can you hear me?
Yeah, you're good.
All right, hold on. Let me show my office door.
Let me shut my office door.
A nigga over here switching cars and shit. I just picked my car up out the shop. I gotta go drop it off down the street. Go take this one home.
So
go pick it up again.
Yeah, because you guys are loud and you guys cuss too much.
Yeah, for sure.
No.
All right,
first
so
things
what
first.
You got?
Can you hear me? I'm gonna put my phone down.
Yeah, you're good.
All right. What I meant by alpha male. Well, what was the first subject I had talked about? Hold on.
Go ahead. See, women never remember. No, I'm playing.
Man, she was supposed to come on here prepared.
I'm at work.
I ain't gonna lie. She been waiting for a cool minute. She been waiting 2 lives.
Go ahead and continue. And when I have something to say, I'll...
So pretty much what your concern, what was the subject about pretty much of your concern? And we could go off that. Maybe you'll remember.
guys talked about a few things that was like, what?
But something
My
specifically. Something
concern is,
specifically.
how the hell do you guys start live talking about women, but don't invite a woman on here? How do you know exactly what a woman wants?
I got women friends. Sorry. Oh, I'm sorry. I just
No,
cut
Hey,
her off. I'm
look,
sorry.
but
no,
your friend here says a woman.
look.
Oh,
Hey, see,
you're
look.
by
Hey,
rules. You guys are not about rules. See, don't listen.
I'm listening. I'm
all right.
listening.
Nah, I'm listening. I just wanted to say something to my boy right now. This is you're gonna learn a lot from this right here. Watch. All right. The shit that I say is based on statistics and data. So I do extensive research. It's not based on none of my women friends, because as you know, probably personally too, I don't have friends. I don't have women friends.
Mm-hmm.
And me personally, because I had I went through a breakup, so I felt like I had to come back to the pitch. I had to come back to the table and actually start getting to know women, starting to learn the way that they cycle, how they psyches is, and the way that they think. The perfect opportunity is to be her friend. And sometimes they do try to become more than friends. Like you said, you can smash them at any point you want to, but it's just all about how, what you want,
Okay. And let me get my perspective. So pretty much, all right. So hold on, wait. Clarify what your question again. Clarify it.
I didn't have a question. You guys were going.
She just
You guys.
want to
But
be present so she can go ahead and be like, we're not going to let that fly. I get it.
No, I'm saying you guys had some. You said you become friends with women, right?
Yeah.
You're friends with women. You know how women think.
yeah.
Says,
But no, there was a point to he had said something at the beginning pretty much. So pretty much like all right. It's kind of hard to really what's your main concern pretty much, because it's like we could talk about it like
I
a whole
think she
bunch of
got a
stuff.
problem with how we constructed the subject based off. It seemed like we probably sound like that we taking some of the power away
I
from
know
women.
what she said. All right, I remember now. She said how pretty much like we're not women, so how can we say this? All right, so this is the thing. This is how women. No, well, I remember you saying that, but pretty much like like which a lot of women have that similar question. Like, we're men, how can we tell women? You know what I mean? How do we know these things about women and how we're so? You know what I mean? Well, besides the statistics and the data, men at a very young age, we pretty much have to study women if we want to get a woman. So from a very young age, and women don't start, they really never even acknowledge they don't never really know what a man wants. They don't have to study them. You don't really have to get a man. A man, you know what I mean? Like, you could do anything to get a man, and really, a man gets you. A man has to study you. He has to, you know what I mean? So I'm not saying look up and down and know every single little thing about you, but if you walk into a club and you notice if you're good with a lot of women, you could read a woman's body language or something like that. You know what I mean? It's really harder for a woman to read a man's body language or something because they don't study men. So it's like, so we could read a woman's body language. If she has like a more promiscuous body language or something, she might be easier to engage in a conversation with or something like that. So this is just a small example. Men from a very young age, once we start getting interested in women, we pretty much, it's subconsciously studying women. And then it progresses depending on what type of man you are. If you're good looking, you got game. Depending on how you progress your experience with women, it is at the rate that you're pretty much subconsciously studying them. So I wouldn't be able. I would be my options on bitches would be very limited if I really didn't know about a bitch. Like, say for example. It's just for example, like.
Why you gotta call them bitches though? And that's where that starts.
Okay, well, I'll say women.
That's where that shit starts. You guys
see, look.
You guys calling women bitches and expect a woman to be considered high value or a valuable or an asset to yourself, but you're sitting here.
But what do you?
I don't want to say
call us. But what do you call us? Do you say, "Oh, look, there's a man right there. There's a guy right there"? What do you say?
Our niggas.
It really depends on the guy. It does, because
no.
Yes, it does. If I
look,
And
Do you say there's a good-looking man right there, or there's a good-looking guy?
Ooh.
What do you say?
If me personally?
Yeah.
Look at that nigga. Look at that dude.
That's
still,
equivalent to calling a female a bitch right there. It might not sound the same, but if you call a woman anything besides a woman, right? If you call her a woman, if you call her a bitch, and you could call a nigga, then that'd be equivalent to a bitch, right?
No, not at all.
And why is that?
Okay, look, because look, for you to even, for the terminology, for a woman to easily say, oh, look, that, you know what I mean, that's a fine ass nigga right there, or some shit like that. You know what I mean? That pertains to, listen, hold on, and I'll let you get yours. This is just showing the value that she sees in him right then and there. Because if she said, you know what I mean, if she sees a dude who's got all of his shit together, they use different terminology. So when you're speaking about a certain type of person, then that's when we get to talking about bitch this and women that.
Is it my turn? Can I talk now? So the difference is it goes by appearance, right? If I see a nigga sagging his pants, gold
that's
on,
what I
like
said.
that,
Exactly.
that's a fine nigga. But if I see a man in a suit, all tucked and ducked, yes, that he's living up to that man.
So exactly. And to add on to that, do you really see more men or more niggas?
In this generation, no. Our people our age, it's
exactly.
Niggas.
So you see,
it's broke niggas, it's dusty niggas, it's crusty niggas, it's musty niggas. It's niggas that still live with their mama.
Yeah.
Women don't want that.
And still live with my dad.
It's anyone, both ends.
Yeah.
Either way. But
yes, but listen, I asked that question. Not really. It was kind of more simple answer. Not needed a big ass, long ass explanation after it. Cause hold on, it's my turn to talk. But listen. So what I'm saying is that, look, do you see out in the world more of these? Oh, look at that's a man, or oh, look at that nigga. So what I'm saying is that you see more of them, the people that look more to, oh, that nigga, you know what I mean? That's a nigga right there, instead of more of like, oh, that's a man or some type of shit. So when you're talking about men in general, nowadays, a lot of women, especially here from Fresno, they say, you know what I mean? They refer to a dude in a negative terminology pretty much. And that's the same thing. So when my boy and I and amongst men, when we talk about women in general, we say bitch, because pretty much we're just talking about women in general. Because we acknowledge that most men ain't shit too as well. So on the contrary, we also acknowledge that there's a lot of women out here that are some bitches.
It's the same thing. It's like if like she said, if you meet a man, if you meet a girl that's got the hoochie mama skirt on with the, you know, with her ass all out and things, then we're gonna just how you refer to them as a nigga, we're gonna refer to them as a bitch. But then you see a woman that comes around that nice car, she looks like she got that business outfit on, and now you see she becomes a woman now. So it is the same thing if you want to be honest.
What bitches have to live up to that you get what I'm saying, to the name woman, that title woman, just like men have to, niggas have to live up to that word men. How could you be considered man and not and responsibilities or man tendencies? Most of these dudes want.
Okay, let me ask you something. Is it easier for a bitch to act like is it easier for a bitch to be a woman or be more woman-like, or is it easier for a quote-unquote nigga or fuckboy, whatever you want to say, some negative terminology of a man, to become an actual man, that what you say to where you could call him a man? It's definitely harder for a lower man to work his ass off to become that man that you want to be called a man. It's easy for a bitch to just be a fucking woman.
No, definitely not.
I would say it's certain things that come with
have to work.
I would say that it's certain things that come with,
get the same,
like you said, if you a nigga that sag and shit, and you just then you only gonna degenerate yourself as a nigga. But then you can easily go from a nigga to a man, just like you could go from a bitch to a woman. But that's just how this is our terminology.
It's not easy. You guys think it's easy? It's not.
That's only because you saying that because of the past niggas that you dealt with that have not turned into men. So those your
You know what?
statistics you basing it off of.
I know the problem. I know the problem right here. What do you? Okay, it's the terminology, just like you said, bro. Men have a different definition of what a woman should be, and women have completely different. Watch what makes a woman?
What makes a woman? Damn, I think it's hard.
Or what
You know
makes
what I
a
mean?
girl
A bitch
go?
could
What
be a
makes a
bitch.
woman? What makes a girl go to a woman? Because a lot of
Lessons, life,
females be girls out here, but they haven't become a woman.
No,
life,
specifically,
that is specific.
what's the
Life,
characteristics?
trauma, events, having a child. I
So
mean, that's still, it depends on the person. It depends on the
okay,
female. It depends on the dude.
All right, hold on. Name three
She gotta
things
learn.
that make a woman. Three things, clear things. That's like, all right, this makes a lady a woman. Three things.
Shit.
The kid.
I don't know.
Kids.
I can't answer that because
Her
that's
taking
a hard
care of her
question.
kids.
It is a hard question.
Look. Watch this though. Name three things that make a man. You could
I don't
name it
know that either because I'm not a man.
Come on now, what your ideal man?
What
do you
in
think?
my ideal,
Yeah. What do you think
someone
makes
that's
a man?
independent, someone that's intellectually inclined,
See,
and
look,
someone that has heart.
exactly.
Those are the three things. Heart is
You had me at the first answer. At any answer that you gave me, you had me at that because this should be proof right here how men know more about women because we're able to say things about you. You're so quick to look. This is what I'm saying though. You are quick to say what you think a man is, but you don't even know what
a
makes
woman
a
is.
woman.
A lot. I gave you my answer. You want three specific things? There's no three specific things that every woman goes through besides lessons and life and trauma. That's it. That's it. It's all lessons.
No,
you go through something,
let me
you learn your lesson, and you do better. That's life for men and women.
I agree with you.
But look.
What are you? So since you know so much, hold on. Since you know so much, you tell me three things that make a woman.
That's exactly what I was gonna go for.
I could do that.
I was gonna say, look, and look at the difference in the answers. Like yours is more general, like traumas or problems or coming out.
What do you want me to say?
But look,
I pushed that 7-pound baby out of my hoo-ha. That made me a woman. No, that's not the case.
That's part of it.
That's not the case at all. Anybody could have a baby and not be a woman.
No. But
any female can have a baby and not be a woman and not learn to give that love and that femininity come out.
No, see, because look, you're using the same concept that women say, like, oh, that's not a dad, or that's not a father, that's a dad, or he's not a dad. You know what I mean? That you can't use that on the same thing. So what I'm saying is that, look, all right, hold on. Before we get too far, we're gonna stick with the thing. My brother JG, name three specific things that you see as a woman.
I feel like that one of the things a woman, first of all, we know what a little girl is.
Because y'all got pussies, huh?
No,
y'all know what a woman is.
I've been inside of one. I've been inside of one both ways too. I've been inside coming out, and I've been inside bringing something inside of it. So there's different qualities. A woman, you know what I'm saying? A lot of them they emotional beings. So becoming more control of your emotions. That's one of them because a lot of women let their emotions get the best of them. Sometimes you might be in a relationship with a dude and he did you so wrong. You might want to go fuck another dude because you want to go get even with him because that becomes an emotional, mental problem because he broke you on the inside.
That's a little girl.
No, look.
That's what I'm saying. So what I'm saying is, emotionally, one of the things that make a woman is her emotions, her emotional intelligence. When she able to control her emotions, and if this nigga go fuck another female, she could be like, you know what? I don't deserve that. I'm finna move on. Now she's more inclined to she's more disciplined with her emotions instead of being a little girl. You know what? He fucked the nigga. He fucked the bitch. I'm finna go fuck a nigga on him.
Yep.
That's one thing that make a woman right there. Second thing that make a woman.
So you wanted specific details like that, but it's the same thing I literally just said. It's a lesson. It's the same thing.
Well, what I'm saying is that we're getting more specific with it. Look, what I'm saying is that we are able, the simple fact that we are able to get specific with it. That's the whole thing. That's what I'm saying. So we are able to get specific with what really makes a woman. Let me add, or were you finished? I think you
I'm
have one more.
Secondly, I want to say the respect for herself, because women, you know what I'm saying, it's women out here that do know how to respect themselves, and they have a certain level of respect for themselves. However, you know, some women never, they're writing their own definition of respect and then making it a lie definition. But it's a whole bunch of example of good women out here that will give you a good statistical answer of what an actual woman is.
Yeah.
Thirdly, respect, and then, like I said, communication got to do with the emotional thing. So thirdly, I like to, like I said, I feel like a woman, if you got kids, or you know, I feel like I want to see her having something going for herself. Now, men, some men don't be having shit going for themselves, and that don't make them a man. You need to make sure you categorizing these people right. A man with nothing going is just a man by age. He's not a man by characteristics. But so that would make him a boy, basically. But then you got the man out here that's qualified to be called a man because he take care of his kids. He's looking for a job, or he might live with his parents like me, but I pay rent there. You know, I pay rent and I'm finna get a spot. So I'm actually qualified to be called a man because I'm there for my kids and I'm doing these manly things. Did that sound about
See,
accurate that you could put
I
in the
think,
definition as a man?
I think
Okay.
you guys have, I think I'm reading the question. I'm gonna answer it different than both of you guys, because my standpoint comes from a biological separation of, so the things that I would name is a man and is a woman are biological things, not things that could cross to where a woman could do and a man could do. You know what I mean? Like you're saying, trauma, men could go through trauma too and
of
learn
course.
through that shit. That so the things that I name are more biological differences that separate. So like you're saying, just because a woman can have a baby doesn't make her a woman. I would contest that, because that's pretty much like saying the same argument is like if like how they say, like a man, yeah, some I got somebody, but no, but pretty much it's so a woman, so that's pretty much like a woman saying, oh, he doesn't take care of his kids, so that's not a dad or that's not a father or something. So that's like the same argument. So what I'm saying is that for a woman, because look, I can't as a man, I can't have a kid. I can't give birth to a kid. So
Right.
that's the clear separation. Huh?
Right. The difference between a dick and a vagina,
What?
of course, that's a difference.
Hold on.
So,
Yeah,
and
what?
then another thing is too. So look, check it out. So it's fair to say that when a woman called a man a nigga, that one word can mean many different things, because she could be like that
No,
nigga. She could be
because she said
referring
she
to that
was
man as a
but
little
so
boy
I can,
also, right?
I know,
So
but
then it
no,
should
the
be
same
fair for
argument.
us
I can
to
she talking.
refer. I don't refer to women as bitches unless they want to be a bitch. But if I call her a bitch, I might be calling her a bitch as referring to her as a little girl, just like a woman will refer to a man as a little boy when she call him a nigga, or she might refer to him as something else when she call him a nigga, because it ain't just a nigga all the time.
So look, so pretty much let me get my answers off. The first one was pretty much one thing that it makes a woman is the ability to bear children. You know what I mean? So that's one thing. Like I said, mine are going to be different answers than your guys because they're biological separation differences. So the ability to bear children. Um, Another thing that makes a woman is, like how you said, I'm gonna add that, emotional intelligence. So emotional intelligence is using your emotions intelligently. So if you're a whining, crying baby, don't be whining and crying and nagging all the time. You might have to go a different route, especially if you want a man to, if you want to have a conversation with a man or something like that. If you really want to solve a problem or something, easier for you to be emotional intelligent and to I'm not saying suppress or hide your emotions, just control them, use them instead of bursting them all out and, you know what I mean, letting all your anger out or frustration out. Maybe minimize it in a question or a sarcastic question or something, like whatever a woman could do it or something like that. It's emotional intelligence. So that's number 2, bear children, and then emotional intelligence. Number 3 is just getting in touch with your feminine side, being feminine in itself. So not being all loud and belligerent and obnoxious in public, or trying to be a leader or trying to question me But it's different. Questioning me as far as like, because if you're with me, you should have trust in me already. You shouldn't be with me if I got a bad track record of making bad decisions. So what I'm saying is that if you're questioning me and nagging, it's cool to, we could talk about things or something like that, or talk details or stuff like that. But at the end of the day, you're with me because I'm a great leader and you trust in my shit. If not, then you're making a bad decision on being with me if you don't, you know what I mean, if you don't believe I'm a good enough leader. You know what I mean? Like that. So the third thing is femininity.
And then a touchdown on that too. Women, just because he's saying that a woman it's shit that women can naturally lead in. It's stuff out there that women naturally lead in. What they not supposed to be leading in is man roles.
Hi.
Sure, I get some clout.
Yeah, no, I feel like most men don't lead. They do what they feel, and they don't do what they feel is right. They do whatever they feel like it, and they don't do what they feel is right. The right thing to do. That's true.
You're describing.
But can you classify
him
as a man or a boy?
Yeah. See, look, you're describing two different type of men. You're because it's two different type of man. A man who reacts. No, there's two different type of men. There's
a man, young man, and an adult.
No, but look, what I'm saying is that there's two different things. There's a man who acts on his emotions, and there's a man who acts on logic and reason. So the latter one would be logic and reason. That's what a man's supposed to act on. So when a man acts on emotion, that's when we get all these murders and school shooters and all these type of shit. That's a man acting on emotion. You know what I mean? So a logical man, a reasonable man, doesn't do stuff like that. That's a man acting out in emotion, going and shooting up his ex-girlfriend's house or something because she's with a new man. That's emotional. A logical and reasonable man would just let her go and work on himself and get his options up and fuck another bitch.
And to touch on that person in the background, a young man and a man is completely different things, because I'm guaranteed a woman won't go talk to a young man is like in his teens and 18s. So it's for sure safe to say that a 25-year-old woman or 26-year-old woman ain't gonna go back and go talk to a young man that's 17, 18 years old. She's looking for an actual man. And it's not his age that describes him, it's his characteristics that actually describe him. So if, like I said, if he's a man that's trying to do better, he work a job, you see he's taking care of his kids, he's trying to establish his foundation, that will classify him as a man. But if he's a young man, you know what I'm saying, that would make him he's learning the traits of a man. He's in school, he's younger. It's completely different. It's like we got to understand that you could categorize, you got to know where to fit the categories into, because a young man and a man is not the same thing. That's like saying infant and a little boy is the same thing. It's not.
Yeah, that's right. That's true.
Man, I'm tight on my motherfucking game around here, man. I know what I'm talking about.
My cousin Rosina, she had commented, she said, you know who my mama is. I'm an independent. I'm gonna be independent regardless. But it's his mindset. If he can't handle it, I guess, LOL. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So my auntie, her mom, she's referring to, completely independent. And it shows, because I'm not gonna lie, her husband, she been out earning her husband for years, you know what I mean, since I was little. So, and good guy. He actually gave me my first tattoo of my mom's name and shit. You know what I mean? So
what age was your first tattoo?
And I could be an independent person too, but at one point when I find the right female, I'm gonna still be independent, because I'm gonna always make it happen for myself. But then when you become in a relationship, you gotta learn how to turn that independent, because you're not single no more. You supposed to be fully independent when you single, but then you low key, when you get into a relationship, you guys low key become dependent on each other. That's why that you guys got to make it happen with the bills. That's why you got to go half on a baby, because you can't have a baby by yourself. You become dependent on each other in a way, but you're not fully dependent on each other. You're still independent. So you're independent / dependent on the relationship.
we're on a different subject matter. Hold on.
James, let me interrupt you, sir. What did I say?
I don't know what you said. You gotta come ready if you're gonna hop on this. Yeah. All right, so look, she was gonna say something that's a little bit off topic, because
that's what he just said. I was going to respond to what he said.
No, because he's kind of not really off topic, but he's still aligned with the topic, but he's saying side stuff too. So he's like adding stuff. So pretty much like the main topic was like what you're saying, the independent. Oh, she was trying to say, you're trying to say something about it takes two to have a baby or something.
Oh, yeah, James. A woman can have a baby by herself, but she don't need a man.
Period.
Okay.
How she don't need a man if she
Period.
taking his sperm?
Period.
Like
How does she
I
not
said,
need a man
she
if she
could raise,
taking
she
his
could go to
sperm?
her sperm
She
bank
can't
and
put
get that sperm and put it in
where
her,
does the
get it
sperm?
inseminated
Where does the
in
sperm
her,
come?
and then
Where
have
does
raised
the
that baby by
sperm?
herself and have it. Bam,
Where does
you're
the sperm
valid.
come from? Where does the sperm come from?
Hold on.
Okay, okay, but
I know,
that
but hold
sperm
on.
bank, where is
Niggas
that?
that
Where
need
is that
money.
sperm
We let
bank?
him talk
Look,
first.
where
And
is
then
that
we
sperm
let him talk.
bank? Where is that sperm bank growing they supply on?
It's coming
Man,
from a
right?
man. Bitch,
Okay.
I
It's coming
responded
from
to your
a man.
Yeah,
So
question.
you do
I
need,
know,
so
but
you
hold
do
on. You gotta
need
wait.
man to have a baby. It's just a different way of needing. You can't have a baby by yourself. You can't put your fingers inside your coochie and get pregnant. You have to go insert a syringe or whatever it is into your coochie, and you have to get the man
They could
part.
give us a baby, but can't give us an orgasm. What type of shit is that?
Man, that's all.
Hey,
That's a whole
look,
nother topic right
let me
there,
tell you.
man.
I got something about that too. Look, because look,
You
I can say
don't
something that's
even.
really
Don't
controversial
even.
right now. Look, because when all right, because
You need
women
a man
know.
to have a baby. You need him.
Look,
You can't take it. Take
what
a
I'm
man
saying is
and a
that
woman to work together to have a
look.
kid. You can't
All
just
right,
have a.
I'm about to say something that's controversial right now. A woman's orgasm is irrelevant when it comes to making a baby. You don't need
You
to have an orgasm
don't.
to make a
You
baby.
don't.
Look,
And that's fact.
so
You don't.
if
But
you choose a wrong man who fucks you wrong and doesn't give you an orgasm, then that's on you. You can't really blame men in general. What I'm saying is that, so as far as it's not necessary for a woman. So if you're like me, I'll put the time in to make a woman feel good. I don't mind that. You know what I mean? But sometimes I'm just like, fuck it. I'll get my shit off and then to the curb, to the wind you go. I ain't tripping.
But
What I'm
regardless, you
saying is
need
that
both nuts to have a baby, though. You can, it don't matter if the man is not present. It's just a different presence. That
And
sperm
regardless,
bank, that sperm bank is still a man. Is many men present because it's many different man sperms up in there, and you guys got a selection of different men and is present physically, but a piece of that man is still present enough for you to still have a kid because you take that sperm bank
okay,
away
see,
and
that's
you
your
take a
man
woman
problem.
away.
You going off details, sir. You had all these extra details. All I did was responding to your question. You said a woman can't have a baby by herself. Yes, she can. Simple. Ain't no, oh, you
no,
need a man.
look,
Whether it's
see,
one man, two men, a red
look,
man, or a blue man,
look.
you take any
That's
man
because
and
One
go have a
thing,
that's
baby by
because
your
you
goddamn
believe in a
self.
sperm bank.
blue
She
fish,
believes in the sperm
oh
bank
my
more than
got
an
you too.
actual man, but she don't
Look,
understand it takes a man to actually make it happen.
look. This is,
You can't
hold
do
on.
it.
Let me respond. Let me respond to her. She'll get me. I'm in person with it.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
She
Look. Okay. You're combining the two things. You can raise a kid by yourself. No doubt. You can
absolutely.
raise a kid. We're not saying that. And even if you do raise a kid, the statistics of the kid are pretty. I don't think we're friends. I can't talk and no, I can't. I gotta be a friend. Just send a friend request. Oh no, I
Basically, what
can't because
all
it's
I'm
taking off
saying is
live.
pretty much is just you could go to the
Taking
sperm
off
bank and
live. I
get the
did that
sperm,
already.
but if that sperm bank
Damn.
wasn't doing its business and collecting sperm, then you wouldn't be able
No,
to
my
do that.
brother.
And if it wasn't man around for
My
for
brother
them to collect
called
sperm
me
from,
and fucked my
you
whole
wouldn't
shit
be able
up.
to have a baby by yourself. It's just an alternative for you to raise a kid by yourself, but you
Niggas need
can't
to
have
quit
a kid
calling me.
by yourself. You know what I'm saying? It's impossible to have a kid by yourself. You only can raise that kid by yourself. Cause you take all that shit out, you take all that shit out, then you're just gonna be a woman and you're just gonna have the female part
Hey,
and you're gonna need that thing that ejaculates sperm.
hey, hold on. I'm gonna have to restart the live because motherfucker, my brother tried to call me, man. So I can't even hear you guys, man. I'm gonna end it and re-up it.